Deep in the heart of southern Africa, nestled between the Zambezi and Limpopo rivers, lie the hauntingly beautiful ruins of an ancient city. These are not the remnants of a colonial outpost, but the capital of a once mighty African empire. This is the story of Great Zimbabwe, Africa's ancient stone empire. Imagine a city sprawling over 1,700 acres, its skyline dominated by massive mortarless stone walls, some reaching over 36 feet high. This wasn't built by foreign invaders or mythical beings. It was the masterful creation of the Shona people, ancestors of the modern-day inhabitants of Zimbabwe. For centuries, the origins of this magnificent city were shrouded in mystery, with colonial narratives attempting to erase its African roots. But archaeology and oral traditions tell a different story, one of immense power, wealth, and ingenuity. Our journey begins around the 11th century. The people living on the Zimbabwe plateau were skilled farmers and cattle herders. But something changed. They began to harness the region's incredible natural wealth, ivory, and especially gold. The hills were rich with gold, and the Shona people developed sophisticated mining techniques to extract it. This newfound wealth didn't just stay local. It plugged them into a vast international trading network that stretched across the Indian Ocean. Think of it like an ancient global superhighway. From the coast of modern-day Mozambique, dhows sailed, carrying goods back and forth. Archaeologists at Great Zimbabwe have unearthed treasures from all over the world. Chinese porcelain from the Ming Dynasty, Persian pottery, Syrian glass, and beads from India. In return, the empire exported its precious gold and ivory. Great Zimbabwe became the crucial middleman, the powerful hub connecting the interior of Africa with the markets of Asia and the Middle East. This trade generated immense wealth, and with wealth came power. Around the year 1250, the city began to truly flourish. This is when the incredible stone structures we see today started to rise. The word Zimbabwe itself is thought to mean great houses of stone in the Shona language, a fitting name for such a monumental achievement. Let's explore the city itself. It's generally divided into three main areas: the hill complex, the valley complex, and the most famous of all, the Great Enclosure. The hill complex is the oldest part of the city, perched dramatically atop a granite hill. This was the spiritual and political heart of the early city, likely the residence of the king. Its commanding view of the surrounding landscape made it a natural fortress. Imagine the ruler standing here, surveying his kingdom, a symbol of his connection to both the earth and the heavens. The intricate passageways and chambers here suggest a place of ceremony and immense importance. Down in the valley, we find the Valley Complex, a series of smaller enclosures where the elite citizens lived, merchants, artisans, and high-ranking officials. It was a bustling urban center, filled with the sounds and smells of daily life, craftsmanship, and commerce. This is where much of the international pottery and glass were found, giving us a glimpse into the cosmopolitan lives of its inhabitants. But the crown jewel is the Great Enclosure. This is the largest single ancient structure in sub-Saharan Africa. Its outer wall is over 800 feet long and is a masterpiece of dry stone masonry. The stones were quarried from the surrounding granite hills, heated, and then doused with cold water to split them into manageable blocks. Then, with incredible precision, they were shaped and fitted together without a single drop of mortar. The skill involved is just breathtaking. The walls curve and flow with the landscape, a testament to an architectural style in perfect harmony with nature. Inside the Great Enclosure, you find a network of smaller walls, passageways, and a mysterious structure known as the Conical Tower. Standing about 30 feet tall, its purpose is still debated by scholars. Some believe it represents a grain bin, a symbol of the king's power to provide for his people, and a sign of good harvests and prosperity. Others suggest it has a more symbolic, perhaps phallic, meaning related to fertility and the continuation of the royal lineage. Whatever its exact function, its solid, imposing form makes it one of the most iconic symbols of the ancient city. Life in Great Zimbabwe was rich and complex. At its peak in the 14th century, the city was home to an estimated 18,000 people. This wasn't just a royal court. It was a thriving metropolis. The king, or Mumbo, held supreme authority. He was not just a political leader, but also a spiritual one, seen as a divine intermediary who could communicate with the ancestors. Religion was deeply intertwined with the state. One of the most fascinating discoveries at Great Zimbabwe are the 8 soapstone birds. These stylized, intricately carved birds, perched on monoliths, were found in the hill complex. Each bird is unique, blending human and avian features. They are believed to be emblems of royalty, perhaps representing different kings of the dynasty. The bird has since become a powerful national symbol, featured on the flag of modern Zimbabwe, connecting the nation's present directly to its glorious past. It's a symbol of freedom, heritage, and the enduring spirit of the Zimbabwean people. So, what happened to this great empire? Why was this magnificent city abandoned? By the late 15th century, Great Zimbabwe's power began to wane. The reasons are likely a combination of factors. The gold mines that had fueled its wealth may have started to become exhausted. Overpopulation could have strained resources, leading to deforestation and overgrazing, making the land less fertile. It's also possible that political infighting and shifts in trade routes played a role. Power began to shift north to the new center of Kami and south to Danangombe. People didn't just disappear. They migrated. They moved to new areas with more resources, carrying their culture and their incredible stone-building traditions with them. By the time the first Portuguese explorers reached the interior in the 16th century, the great city was largely deserted, its stone walls standing silent. For centuries, the colonial narrative tried to disconnect Great Zimbabwe from its African creators. Early European visitors, blinded by prejudice, couldn't believe that local people were capable of such architectural genius. They concocted wild theories, attributing the city to everyone from the Queen of Sheba to ancient Phoenicians or Arabs. This was a deliberate attempt to deny the region's rich history and justify colonial rule. But starting in the early 20th century, pioneering archaeologists like David Randall Meekiver and Gertrude Catton Thompson began to set the record straight. Through meticulous scientific excavation, they proved conclusively what the local Shona people had known all along. Great Zimbabwe was a product of indigenous African ingenuity. Catton Thompson famously stated in 1931, "Examination of all the existing evidence gathered from every quarter still can produce not one single item that is not in accordance with the claim of Bantu origin and medieval date." Today, Great Zimbabwe is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a source of immense pride for Zimbabweans and a powerful symbol for the entire African continent. It stands as a silent but powerful rebuttal to centuries of colonial myths. It tells the story of a sophisticated, wealthy, and globally connected African civilization that rose and fell long before European arrival. It reminds us that history is often written by the victors, and that we must constantly dig deeper past the surface-level stories to uncover the truth. The stones of Great Zimbabwe don't just represent a fallen empire. They represent a reclaimed history. They are a monument to the enduring creativity and resilience of the African spirit. Visiting this place is a humbling experience. Walking through the narrow, stone-walled passages, you can almost hear the echoes of the past, the chatter of merchants, the pronouncements of a king, the songs of a vibrant culture. It is a timeless monument that challenges our perceptions of the past and inspires us for the future. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to Africa's ancient stone empire. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next adventure into history. See you next time.